Now, I'll say to you, my first marriage was 27 years, my second marriage was 13. So I tried. Right, Alka? Yes, you did. I tried. And most people say you get to 20, you don't pop out, right? I did. We were just in parallel worlds. You know, my world wasn't the same as hers, but it's an important part of our salvation. Now, let me tell you the other part that blows my mind. 1954, 85% of black families were two-couple households. 1954, 85%. Today is less than 46%. What happened? Educational shift, economic shifts for women, government regulation. Now y'all gonna say,
in the welfare system.
yes, sir. You saw Claudine. Everybody remember the movie Claudine? And James Earl Ray had to go what? Had to go hide.
Right.
And you can't get in public housing if you got a man. You can't get no public assistance if you've got a man. Now the other thing that really bothers me is I see sisters with a baby in a bag, two babies walking and one in a basket. And I got a cold reality check one day by a social worker. She said if that girl go down there without any children, she gets no help. She go down there with 2 to 3 children, she gets what? Now you understand what's happening to us? Now inside that context, there's shadow men there. There are men there. Somebody got pregnant. She didn't lay down by herself. Okay? Now the social structure in which those kids are now going to have to operate, and they're going to have to grow up, and the environment and the type of people they are, we have to rescue them from that. Now, the other part of the equation that I really don't understand, contraceptives are prevalent everywhere. Then if they are, why aren't these women not having babies? Because of the social structure said, if you come down there with 3 kids, we give you WIC, we give you all these other things. But if you come down there without yourself, and Lord, if you come with a black man in your house, you get absolutely what? So do you understand how our families have become thrown askew?
You also get more money at tax time.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, you're talking $6,000 to $10,000 a hit.
Right. So public policy in our working class and poor families have been torn apart by what? Public policy. There's no incentive to legally have a man what? There's no legal reasons to have. So people stand there and say, well, what's going on? What's the difference? Well, it's public policy. Since we moved up south, you know, down south, we made it work. And everybody stood together. Nobody left nobody. Bricks got thrown everywhere, but nobody left nobody. Because it was to their economic advantage to what? Now it's not to our economic advantage for our kids to stay together, especially the young kids. And most people be running around, what happened? So now, I'm bringing this to a point, the symbolism of the existence of black man. And I'll give you another story. White folk love black man running down the field with the ball, shoot the ball, hit the ball, but that black man, same black man walking there and say, can I have a job? He goes into conniptions. No, not a different black man, but the same black man. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a black man that ran on the football field, and I was with him last night. Big time. They loved him. He ran in a grocery store. I ain't going to tell you his name. They switch it right off once you get off that field. And your prowess is accepted, but your intellect is never accepted. Your capacity to think, do, change, and create a vision is never accepted. You know, this brother and I go into places you probably go to. Oh, you so articulate. You speak so well. Well, there's a lot of us who speak well. We do. We speak very well. We can conjugate a verb and put a constructed thought together in a sequential action. Yeah, we can do that. Because we have been trained to do that. But nobody ever sees us that way. When we walk in the room, we always got to prove ourselves, don't we? Yes, we do. Nobody assumes that we're confident walking in the room, do they? No, brother. You always got to prove ourselves. Every day. Every day. We got to prove ourselves. White boy walk in the room. I'm here to save the world. Just do what I tell you to do. Am I lying? And they never question him. You come in, you get the same treatment? All right? We are internalizing things, images in front of us. We don't put our construct of our relationships in front of us. There are government policies that create us all. Now, I have to end with this. We have responsibilities, regardless of all the negative oppression, to overcome it. Now, when I say that to young boys, they get mad. You've told me all the reasons we shouldn't be successful, but now there ain't no excuse. You got to get up and go do it. Now, that means you got to be 5 times better. You got to be there 30 minutes before everybody else. You got to stay 2 hours after everybody else. You got to know the materials better than anybody else. I tell this story. I was in college. One night I was struggling with sociology my freshman year. Obviously, somebody saw me and said, this boy's struggling. Let me help him out. So he called me and said, here's the test. I said, what? Who are you? Don't worry about who I am. Here's the test. Gave me the test over the phone. I said, okay, I ain't stupid. I wrote the test down. And I took it. But then I came halfway and I said, I can't do that. Because he may ask me one day, and I got to what? I got to know it. I can't cheat because I'm a different guy. I said, white boy can cheat. Nobody gonna ever ask him, but a black man walk in the door, you got to know the stuff. You can't cheat on it. And I put the thing down. I said, I got a B anyway. But I learned a lesson about them. We think they be playing fair. They ain't playing fair. What do you think them white fraternities are about? That's how they get members, because they have the test from all the years. And they just pass the test out. Them guys, guys wasn't coming to class. I went, how they get an A? They ain't been to class but twice. How they get an A? Well, he had the test. And if the grade is only the test, and if there's no papers, you what? You golden. I mean, they're drinking beer, they're having a good time, and I'm wondering, why am I struggling so much? Now, let me bring this closer, because I want to leave time for questions. It's 45 minutes in, we have 15 minutes for questions. Let me summarize. Sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. We can't see the social and oppressive structure that we're inside. We can't see the systemic rules that have been created by laws, policies. We can't see how our boys and our women have internalized the oppression in which we find ourselves in. We just can't see it. And some of us sometimes give up in the overwhelming odds against us. They just give up. But we have to do a better job of seeing the forest for the trees. Thank you. I'll entertain questions. Yes, sir.
Well, it's more like a statement and vindicates what you're saying, but, I'm from the old school just like you. I'm from Oklahoma City, originally. I grew up in a neighborhood or addition that was built by a black architect. It was nothing but black people in it. We had hospitals that were black hospitals. We had grocery stores that were black hospitals. And we had the school system exactly the way you're talking about. That's where we're at today. When a lot of times you walk in, people say, oh, you're articulate, like that. Well, we were all like that.
That's right.
Back in the day. But now, moving forward to where I am, you made a statement that hit my head. You said about the 60s, 68, around that. I'm a combat veteran in Vietnam. I was fighting a different battle. I'm fighting on 2 fronts, as it is today. I'm a member of the Ohio State University Suicide Prevention Foundation, and I'm the military liaison for the foundation. So I see oppression in a lot of ways, global across the board for blacks, people of color, anything, women, and everything. It's just buck wild right now where it is out there. And also I'm a district director of the First AME Zion Youth. And I see the kids on the inside that have problems, let alone the people on the outside, what you're referring to, on the outside. And it's just a monster battle. But I'm always in their face. Now, you're talking about black men. I have 4 daughters. So I see it from another perspective. But I have 8 grandsons.
8 grandsons?
8 grandsons.
Okay.
So I'm, I'm bouncing that off the thing, but I make I don't know if it's good, bad, or different. To me, it's good. My daughters are strong. I make them strong. I'm saying that from a man's perspective, you don't let a man do this, man do that. I think that's the way to solve some of the problems of getting to the core of our situation. Because